Hello. Today we're going to touch on a little bit of a feature in Qimage that's sometimes misunderstood and sometimes forgotten. But it's a very, very interesting tool and very useful too. Okay, I've got my paper set up here for A3 size. That's so when I put an image in there that was emailed to me, it's low resolution to start with, I can get a nice low PPI, pixels per inch, for the demonstration purpose. Okay, I'm going to put this in here, and I need to click the zebra button to set the proper size, which is going to be fit to page, and turn on the crop scissor, and let's see what I've got. Right in the middle of the label, it says 78 pixels per inch, 78 PPI. Okay, so we wonder if I go to print this on my A3 paper, ultra premium luster, which is not cheap, how's it going to turn out? Well, let's take another one so we can do two at a time. Okay, here's another one. And again, zebra button to set the size, fit the page. Okay, crop scissor on, and this one says 80 pixels per inch. Okay, well, let's see how we're going to handle this. Okay, well, the first thing we need to do is go into our page editor, which is this little button down here, says edit page, or the tricky way, you come off the preview screen into the gray area, give it a double click, and there we are. Okay, there are two tabs. One is called the cropping tab, one is the size location tab. If you happen to be in this one, switch it back to cropping. Okay, now there's a little blue zoom, it says here. If you hold that down, it reminds you what the pixel per inch is just below the small image. It says 80 pixels per inch. Okay, what do we do now? Well, what I like to do is click on this button which says teststrip and bring it down to a nice small size. Now, you can bring it down to any size you like. I'm going to choose like 3 by 4.27 because as I demonstrate, I can get two of these on one little 5 by 7 sheet. Okay, so I'm going to click a few times until up here it's going to give me the size I want, okay, which is 4.27 by 3. Now you have the ability to move this around. If you want to see the resolution of the amulet, that's fine. If you want to see what her face looks like, that's fine. You can do whatever you want. You can even go a little further on the amulet, right, like that. Okay, but I want to keep them both the same size just so it looks pretty. And I'm going to right-click here and put it back one. So now we're back to this 4.27 by 3. Okay, let's take the other one. Same thing here. We're going to click on this button a few times. Okay, till we get the size we want, 4.27 by 3. You can pick any size you like. And now we'll move her around and see which is the one we want to really have a look at for sharpness and detail and resolution and all that stuff. Well, let's stick with the lady's face, okay? Well, we're just about done here, and that's what we end up with. We're going to look here, and it says 79 pixels per inch, and we'll look here, and it says 81. We're close enough, right? Okay, now what I'm going to do is just change the paper size so I can make a print and save my good paper, so I don't have to waste it. So I'm going to go down to 5 by 7 because I've got two images here, and there we are. Now all I have to do is print this, and that'll give me an idea of what my big print will look like at 81 pixels per inch or 79 pixels per inch. Okay, and that'll give you a chance to determine if you want to use that A3, you want to come down to a little smaller size and have more pixels per inch. But it's a great little tool as a test strip. Okay, so that's where we are so far. And now I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, I took a moment to change printers and change the page size, print size, and everything else. Some of us take panoramas from time to time, which we need to have a pretty large, long print. So I've selected just an Epson 7900 here, as a simulated printer, and I did select a panorama, and I put it in here, fit to page, and we have 139 pixels per inch. Okay, that's not bad, but let's be sure. We don't want to use 60 inches of paper because this print is going to be 60 by 24, give or take the housekeeping part of the page, but that's the size of the print. We don't want to waste that much paper and find out we have a crummy print. So we're going to do what we did before. We're going into the page editor, and we're going to give a few clicks on the test strip button. Okay, and remember what we're doing is we're maintaining that 139 pixels per inch. Okay, now we can move it to wherever we like, wherever we think we want to see the detail, and we say done. We've got a small print here which is 19 by 7.79 or something like that. We can make it smaller if you want, and then take a small piece of paper and print it and see what it looks like. So there's a few uses for you, and I think you'll enjoy trying it at least and see how it works, and perhaps you can make good use of it. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.